Hey everyone, Mrs. Alseri here. Today I'm going to show you how to draw a palette and a paintbrush. Stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is decide how big you want it. If you want it to be the size of the paper, you'll want this first curvy shape to be pretty large. If you want to do something a little bit smaller so that maybe you can draw other art supplies around it, you can do that. So I'm going to do medium size to take up a decent amount of my paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with this big curve, and it's going to almost be like a backwards letter C. And it's going to stop right about there. So it's got this kind of swirl going. And the reason I'm going to stop there is because there has to be a place where the artist puts their hand, right? So there's a little hole where your thumb goes, and it's going to kind of stick out right about that. Almost looks like one of those croissants. Now I'm hungry. So I'm going to do a circle for the part where you would put your thumb in to hold it. And if you want to give it a little bit of some 3D-ness going on, you can add a little half moon shape there. And then I'm going to add another one of those lines. It's the same line that I'm following right next to it, but it kind of helps give it some dimension. All right, so we have that shape done. Now we just have to add some blobs for paint. So you can do circles, or I like to actually draw these little blobs. So I'm just taking my pencil and I'm just kind of wiggling it as I go. And I'm thinking about how many different colors do I have on my palette. Let's see how many I can fit. They kind of look like little popcorn kernels. Maybe I'll fit one more in there. All right, so the last part is if you want to add a paintbrush, kind of like right across from it. I'm going to turn my paper a little bit, and I'm going to try not to overlap my paint blob so I don't have to erase as much, but I'm going to start with maybe about right behind the palette and draw a straight line that kind of comes forward. And I'm going to make it a rectangle. So the end is going to go skinny, come all the way down, complete the rectangle. So it goes all the way across my palette. That's how big I made it. And then you can add a little line there for the part that holds the bristles together. And the most important part for me is the paintbrush bristles. So I just drew a little shape like this. And then I added some lines to it. So there you have it, a paintbrush palette with different colors. And now the fun part, if you get some crayons, you can decide what color paint is on your palette. And then mine's gonna be wooden. So I think I'm gonna color that in with like a light brown or tan. All right, thanks for joining me. See you guys soon.